What's up, everyone, and welcome to my predictions for WrestleMania 38. WrestleMania 38 is not the most well stacked card, I should say, but I am interested in a few things, and I will be going down most of those things in this predictions video. Now, some of these matches on here, um, they're very head scratching to me. You have the three celebrity matches, which I get. You have to have celebrities. This is what WrestleMania has become now. I mean, it's always been with some sense of some sort of celebrities involved in WrestleMania. But for to have three separate celebrity matches and you leave off your two mid card championships, that just let you know where WWE sees these championships and the talent that's holding those championships. Ricochet holding the Intercontinental Championship, and Finn Balor holding the U.S. Championship. That just lets you know where WWE sees those guys in the pecking order in this company. That they can't even get on a two-night WrestleMania. It's mind-boggling to me. I hate even saying this, but WWE can figure out a way to put these guys on the card, because you're going to have a pre-show that's at least about 2 hours before the main show. So something's got to give. Either you're going to have a battle royal with the remaining women, IC title match, a US title match with either champion in there. There's got to be something for Damian Priest and Finn Balor to do, even on a pre-show. Even though I wouldn't like them to be on a pre-show, but for them to be at WrestleMania, there's got to be something for them to do. WWE had to come up with something, because you have all this time between both shows on day one, night one and night two. So something has to give there. I'll be shocked if they don't do something with those guys on there. Well, all right then, let's get started. The first match we're going to be talking about is Becky Lynch defending the Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. Now, this story has been going back all the way to the summer at SummerSlam, with Becky Lynch return and defeated Bianca Belair in like 25 or 30 seconds. I don't remember, but she defeated Bianca Belair in a stupid way, very dumb way to book that on WWE's part. But in my opinion, this has the best story of any of the women going on right now, including the Charlotte and Ronda match that I will get to later. But the story I think they're going for is Becky hasn't been beat since she won the title 3 years ago at WrestleMania 35 against Ronda and Charlotte. And she hasn't been pinned in a one-on-one match since. So this is where I believe Bianca Belair will pick up the victory, break the streak that Becky Lynch has been on for the last 3 years, even though she missed time while she was pregnant. But I'm going to take Bianca Belair here because they have the best story, and I think they should main event night one, but they probably give it to either Ronda or Charlotte, which I don't think they should, because that match just don't have the best story, and it's very flat to me. Or they're going to give it to Austin and Kevin Owens, which is obvious because it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I'm going to be picking Belair for the win. Okay, next up we have The Miz and Logan Paul versus Rey and Dominik Mysterio. This is one match I really do not care for. Honestly, this match started up after Elimination Chamber, I want to say. Just another celebrity match I don't really care for. I'm gonna take the Mysterios for the win here. And yeah, there's really nothing else much to say about this feud because there's nothing of substance to talk about here. So I'm gonna take Rey and Dominik for the win. Okay, now we're on to one of the most enticing and interesting things I'm looking forward to see at WrestleMania. We're going to go and talk about Seth Rollins and his mystery opponent. Now, I put Cody Rhodes in here for a reason because he's been rumored. They said he signed a couple weeks ago, and seems like a no-brainer to me. You don't want to have all these these foreshadowing, these WWE just going with these sayings. Seth Rollins' dreams has been dashed. His vision has been turned into a nightmare. So I mean, they're really going. They was going hard with the Cody puns leading up to WrestleMania. So I don't expect WWE to do no bait and switch here by not having Cody show up. So we assume that Cody is going to be Seth Rollins' opponent. I am going to take Cody Rhodes for the obvious reasons. Coming in from AEW, you want to show other AEW like current wrestlers that are thinking about leaving AEW that they have a chance by coming to WWE and being booked credibly. I'm going to take Cody Rhodes for the win over Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins doesn't lose anything coming out of this match. He can take a loss and it doesn't hurt his credibility. This just one step on putting Cody Rhodes on a map here. So I'm going to take Cody for the win. On to our next match. We have the New Day taking on the team of Sheamus, Ridge Holland, with Butch, formerly Pete Dunne, in their corner. Now, this match, like most of the matches on here, I really don't care for. We've seen every variation of this match when it was just Big E and Kofi versus Ridge Holland and Sheamus on the curse, but it is so messed up what happened to Big E, man. Breaking his neck on that belly-to-belly suplex. This match, I feel like, sort of snake bit because it was supposed to be more than likely the New Day entirely taking on the team of Ridge Holland, Sheamus, and Butch. But man, this match seemed like it has a black cloud over it for me, just because Big E isn't there. That thing just started a whole chain of events. I'm not blaming this program in particular, but just a lot of shit was happening around this time that fucked up the wrestling business. Big E going down, getting hurt, breaking his neck, then Star Hall passing away after that. It was just crazy and weird, man. But I'm going to take the team of the New Day to pick up the win here. And yeah, man, I think possibly Big E might show up. Maybe. I wouldn't bank on it though. But I'll take the team of the New Day. Our next match is Drew McIntyre going one-on-one against Happy Corbin. WWE. Really? With this match, man? Seriously. Drew McIntyre, the guy who in the previous 2 WrestleManias fought for the WWE Championship. Last year against Bobby Lashley, in a losing effort the year before against Brock Lesnar, and a winning effort to win the WWE Championship. Now has to face Happy Corbin, who is undefeated since becoming Happy Corbin. This feud has been going on since Drew has been on SmackDown, pretty much. Drew had those. When he had drafted to SmackDown, he had those matches where he fought Ali, he fought just other people, and then after that he started feuding with Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. They had the angle where they entered Drew, wrote him off TV because of his neck at day 1. Then he returned at the Rumble, and they've been doing ever since. He fought Madcap Moss twice. Now he's about to fight his protege, Happy Corbin. Nothing left to say about this match. I'm going to take McIntyre so they can wrap this feud up and be done with it. Corbin needs to be done. McIntyre needs something else of substantial to do. Next, we have the Usos defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the team of Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. This match is just like any other match on this card, just thrown together for the sake of being thrown together, just to fit on the WrestleMania card. There's no build to this. Rick Boogs came out there to fake an injury to get the Usos to bargain a match at WrestleMania for the championships. That's all really the feud is. It was literally just thrown together. Shinsuke lost the Intercontinental Championship. Let's go ahead and put him in the Tag Team Championship match, which I have no problem with, but this just thrown together. I'm going to take the Usos for the win because I think, well, you will figure out what I'm doing towards the end of the night. But I think the more formidable tag team wins, the Usos. Okay, we have the once proclaimed main event of night one, as it stands about a week and a half or two ago. The match of the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair defending her championship against Ronda Rousey. Now, they had a banger match at Survivor Series. That unfortunately was the turning moment in the career and the life of Ronda Rousey, to where she's seen these fans as fickle fans. I mean, let's get it. Most wrestling fans are fickle fans, but you gotta have thick skin in this business. That's what comes with this business. But that was like a trigger in her mind to say fuck the fans. And once she lost the championship at WrestleMania, she left, and she's been gone ever since. Up until returning at this year's Royal Rumble and winning the Royal Rumble match. Now, this feud has been very lackluster. It's been lackluster and flat to me. Really don't have no. I'm pretty sure they're going to put on a great match. That's going to be the theme around this WrestleMania. All the matches probably will be great because of the talent, but the builds up to these matches, I really don't give a shit for outside of a couple things. But Charlotte and Ronda, I expect to have a good match. I'm just not really feeling this match because the build of it is real flat. They're going based off Charlotte not being able to make Ronda tap out and this and that. They try to recreate the stuff that they had, the magic that they made a couple years ago on SmackDown recently with the backstage brawl between Charlotte and Rousey. But it just don't hit the same like it did back then. Rousey has been very flat since returning. I can't forget that promo. I wasn't there physically, but the promo after the Royal Rumble at Monday Night Raw, she just seemed like she didn't want to beat her, which is fine. I mean, I get it. But Ronda Rousey has been very flat up to this point. Nothing else really to say about this match. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a great match, like I said, but I'm going to take Ronda Rousey for the win. Okay, next up we have the segment that is rumored to end WrestleMania Night 1, the KO show between Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, as you know, this all started by Kevin Owens running his mouth about the state of Texas, calling out legends such as JBL, Booker T, and Shawn Michaels, and ultimately calling out the one tough SOB you don't call out from the state of Texas. No, not The Undertaker. We're talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, just last week, Kevin Owens got the crowd in Chicago with a fake out. Not once, but twice. He came out there in a whole Stone Cold get up, the Austin 316 shirt. I think it said Owens 316 if I remember. The jean shorts, the knee braces, and the ball cap. So he came out there in full Stone Cold gear. So I felt it very weird for them to be to promote this as like Austin's coming back for a match. I don't expect this to be a match at all by any stretch of the imagination. So it was very weird about them saying it's been 19 years, but I don't expect it to be a match. I expect the segment to be very entertaining though. I expect Austin to whoop Kevin Owens' ass. I expect Austin to stomp a mud hole in him and walk it dry. And I expect Austin to stunner Kevin Owens. And I wouldn't be surprised if any other legends come out there doing this segment. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a very fun segment, and one of the segments I'm looking forward to most out of this entire WrestleMania. So I'm ready for it. Now, kicking off night 2, we're going to have the Triple Threat Raw Tag Team Championship match with RK Bro defending their Raw Tag Team Championships against the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. I expect this match to be a very good match with all three teams involved. Just not too long ago, Randy Orton and Matt Riddle had a match with Alpha Academy, Seth Rollins, and Kevin Owens. I want to say the Street Profits were in that match, but I'm not too sure. I forget the fourth team. But they had a banger match on Monday Night Raw that went like 40 minutes. So we know that Gable, Otis, and RK Bro can tear it up. And so you just put the Street Profits in there. Now I expect them three to set it off on the second night. I expect WWE to have this match to start the second night. And I expect it to be very good. I'm going to take RK Bro to retain the championships. I just don't see WWE taking them titles off of them right now. They'll probably take them off at like the next pay-per-view, which probably would be WrestleMania Backlash. But at WrestleMania, I know WWE likes to lead the crowd happy, so I will pick RK Bro for the win. Our next match is another celebrity match that I'm not looking forward to. I love everybody in it. I love Sami Zayn. I love Johnny Knoxville. I'm a big Jackass fan. Just don't want to see him in the ring. I thought at the Royal Rumble this is all we were going to get. But it is what it is. I'm going to make this short and sweet. I am going to take Johnny Knoxville here for the win. I expect a lot of things to happen, like the Jackass crew to come in and do respective moves on Sami Zayn. I'm pretty sure they have something like that in the works. That's going to help Johnny Knoxville pick up the win. I don't expect this match to be a lone match. It's going to be pretty quick. So I'm going to take Knoxville. Next up, we have the match between the returning Bobby Lashley taking on the 7-foot monster, the 7-foot giant, Omos. I hate to say this, but I don't expect Lashley to win this match. So I'm going to be taking Omos, which sucks because I like what WWE did with Bobby Lashley, because I'm a huge proponent of Bobby Lashley. Everything they done, they finally got it right. But I don't see Lashley picking up the victory, so I'm gonna take Omos. I expect them to do the whole spot where Lashley knocks the big man off his feet, and then he probably tried to go for a body slam. They'll probably try to do the Andre the Giant spots, but it won't amount to nothing. So I'm gonna take Omos. Okay, now we're on to a match that needs no introduction. It's safe to say that this is one of the matches everyone is looking forward to the most. We have Edge taking on AJ Styles. This match writes itself. You didn't really need the whole Edge heel turn, but I get it. With Edge doing heel, I can see him putting over AJ so AJ can get back into the main event fold. I don't think AJ necessarily never left the main event fold. He was just trapped in a tag team with Omos for a year. But there's nothing to be said about this match. We all expect a great match from Edge and AJ Styles. I expect them to tear it up. But my pick, I am going to take the phenomenal AJ Styles. Edge has been great. Edge doesn't need to win, so I expect Edge to put over AJ Styles. So I'm going to take AJ. Austin Theory versus Pat McAfee. Now, this celebrity match I love more than those other two celebrity matches, just because I am a fan of Pat McAfee and what he's done up to this point. He's definitely put some great energy into WWE. There was no surprise based on his work if you watched it in NXT with Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era, but not surprising. So this build of this match, it's been okay. Pat McAfee has beaten up Austin Theory, had to apologize for it. It's kind of weird, but it's whatever. But I'm looking forward to this match, just from the celebrity standpoint. But I'm going to take Austin Theory. I think Vince will probably play a part in this match. Maybe. We'll see. But Austin Theory can definitely take on Pat McAfee by himself and beat him. So I'm going to take Austin Theory. Now on to the Women's Tag Team Championship match. We have the team of Carmella and Zelina Vega defending their Women's Tag Team Championships against the team of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, Sasha Banks and Naomi, Shayna Baszler and Natalya. Now, this match has been thrown together like most of these matches on this card. It just these tag teams have been formed out of nowhere just because they have nothing for these other women to do. But they have some great competitors in this match. You have Sasha Banks, of course, who main evented last year's WrestleMania. You have Naomi. You have Shayna Baszler. You have Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. So you have some good talent in this match that I'm sure are willing to try to make something out of this match. But the question is, are they going to be given the time to make something out of this match? That's the real question. You just don't know. But to make things short and sweet, I'm going to take the team of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. Just to have, I mean, even though Rhea Ripley had a run with those titles, just to have something for them to do. I don't see Sasha and Naomi staying together as a team. Shayna Baszler and Natalya just thrown together. So, I mean, it's really up in the air. You don't know. I'll take the team of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley just to have a championship on Liv Morgan. And last but not least, we have the match that is being billed as the biggest, or the greatest WrestleMania main event of all time. We have champion versus champion, winner take all unification match between the Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns, versus the Beast, the WWE Champion, Brock Lesnar. Now, this match has been going on since SummerSlam, when Brock made his return at the end of the night after Roman beat John Cena. They fought at Saudi Arabia in October. They had the best build of any match coming into WrestleMania. This is one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. Even though we've seen it a lot, it's a role reversal. Roman is the heel now. Brock is the babyface. You got Cowboy Brock. The Tribal Chief has been on the tear. With the Usos and the Wise Men in his corner, the Tribal Chief has been killing it for the last year and a half. He stacked and he pinned his last opponents like he said he was at last year's WrestleMania. This year he says he's going to smash Brock Lesnar. And I'll take the Tribal Chief to his word. And based off that, I'm taking the Tribal Chief. So with that, I had the Tribal Chief ending WrestleMania with both championships. But I also will be predicting a special appearance at the end of the night. Once Roman Reigns has defeated the Beast, and he's holding both belts high, we hear the most electrifying theme, and The Rock comes out there to confront Roman Reigns, setting up their match for WrestleMania next year. Because their match doesn't need the championship at all. Their match writes itself based on the Roman Reigns storyline. So that's what I have taking place at WrestleMania. Those are my predictions for WrestleMania 38. Let me know down below if you agree or disagree. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. And we're going to see what happens at WrestleMania. You guys have a good one, man. I'm out.